Friday night, Carlton beat the Pies by 17 points. Jordan De Goey kicks the first at 19-1. We watch this game together, Das. I will give you the floor.
What a performance, Jev. What a performance. We were talking about this before the game. I smelt a little bit of an upset. I could smell it. Genuinely not trying to be a nuffy on this one. I just think some teams are ripe for the picking. Collingwood have had a pretty tough couple of weeks. You know, they've played Melbourne. They played Adelaide. I know it was a few weeks ago now. They played Port Adelaide and they had a really good crack. A lot of people say it's not about who you play, it's about when you play them, Jev. And when you are the best, everyone always brings the best against you. And I just thought we had one of those nights. I still think like Collingwood could have easily won that game. It was their goal kicking that let them down in a lot of aspects of that game. But geez, Jev, I think we showed a formula on how to beat Collingwood, and we just went so hard in the middle. And it was great to see. We had to get guys like Chera out there. Obviously, he's hurt himself, but what a first half he had. Cripps was hobbling around on one leg, but it just shows to have those leaders out there, how much of a difference they make. Like, I've got this video saved, Jeff. I was actually even going to flip it. But just having him in the middle, he just threw Dacos off him. Just like, get out of here. He just big boyed him. And obviously, Jeff, the one thing that I wanted Carlton to be competitive. And everyone says Darcy Moore's the best fullback. And all I was saying to all my mates, I just fucking hope Charlie kicks a bag on him. And I'll tell you what, everyone can say what they want about those little free kicks. When you get defenders spooked, you will start to grab, you will start to pull. Those free kicks are there every day of the week. He gets people so nervous. He's so athletic. And all those free kicks are there, Jev. And he converted 6 goals straight. He's a superstar. There was a lot of players that had an unbelievable performance this round. Charlie absolutely kicked off the round. I couldn't have been happy with how the Blues played, Jev.
Oh, 100%. Those free kicks, like, yeah, they're a bit soft, bit ticky-tack, but it's because Darcy Moore is shitting himself when that ball's in the air because Charlie is just dominating the game. And, yeah, he has to grab a little arm or a jumper, or Charlie's just going to mark another one. Like, Darcy Moore's like everyone. He doesn't want to be embarrassed in front of 90,000 at the G or everyone watching at home. He's trying his ass off. He's competing. Just Charlie was just too big and strong for him. And I saw a couple of Collingwood supporters, like, telling the Carlton supporters to calm down and all this on Insta and, like, you know, telling them to calm right down. I'm thinking, that was Collingwood's best 22, Das. That was their fittest and best side. I don't think they had one injury out of that side.
True.
And you guys were missing Walsh. Who else?
We had
Harry Mackay.
Mackay. Chera went out in the first half. I'm trying to think who else we didn't have big back in. Fuck, I've gone blank.
Chera in the first half, and then Walsh and Mackay, who you could arguably say 3 of your top 7 players.
Yeah.
And I thought you just absolutely smashed them. You were too big and strong. Or they were missing Bobby Hill, who isn't that much of a difference. He was a bit crook, but that was their best 22. That was nearly their grand final 22. You could argue, I know Dickie the Shark was watching with us, and he said that was Mason Cox's last game for the year for Collingwood. He goes, he does nothing for anyone anymore. And if it's, what was he saying, 20% ruck is what he gives you. It's like, just play 20% less ruck and figure out another way to win than play him. But, and then Collingwood supporters were saying, oh, we had to come, you know, we were due a down week after beating Port Adelaide and Adelaide. I'm like, down week is 90,000 at the G against your arch rivals Carlton. I thought Dacos got beaten up. I thought you were too big and strong for him. I don't want to overreact, but I'd be putting him back to the half-back line. I don't know if he's big enough to be a midfielder in the finals. Some guys are just too big and strong. I watched Dangerfield maul Chad Warner, Errol Gould, and Tom Papley on grand final day. It all came home to roost and got found out on grand final day. So I actually don't think that was nothing. I thought they gave a bit of a blueprint that I've said it for a while. I think the Pies, they're so good, but they go all in at stoppage. Like, we win the stoppage or you win the stoppage, and then they back their defense to win the ball back, or they're backing to go in Dacos to win the stoppage, and they're beautiful ball users. But I reckon if you beat them up around stoppage and then you get good inside 50s with not much pressure on, like, they're beatable. They're 100% beatable.
Me and you have spoken about this. I thought we took the Melbourne approach. Collingwood, as we said, Jeff, they're a very good, very flashy side, and when they can get on the outside, really good ball users. But you look who beat them up. It was Melbourne. When you have Petrarca, when you've got Viney, when you've got Oliver in there, those 3 big brutes in a massive contest on those one-on-ones. Those guys, they almost just look like that they were a bit timid. They went second to the footy. And when you beat them at the source, and I thought that's what the Blues try to do, like having Hewitt in there, having Cherry in there, having Cripps in there, and just trying to just work and body. Like Degoe's still strong, but I don't think he's like your crashing back. He's like your first option explosive out. Dacos is almost like that. Pendlebury's getting a little bit older now. Like, don't get me wrong, they're all superstars, those Collingwood players, and I still think that they're probably going to win the flag, but this could be a thing that other clubs start to look at, because there's always one thing. We looked at Melbourne the other year. Remember when they were like 13-0 and Freo beat them, and then other clubs just started to go through and just pick them off. There's always little things.
There's a crack in everyone's armour. Yeah.
A little bit bigger, a little bit tougher. Like I said, to their own detriment, they were missing goals. But as a Carlton supporter, this is just what you want to see. Just the boys having a crack. And we've got a fuck ton of injuries at the moment. And it was just so good to see. I
was one of them before the game. I said Collingwood were absolute certainties. I thought, like, it was all cute. Carlton had won 5 in a row, 6 in a row, and everything. I'm like, Collingwood are certainties. And now it's, like, you'll even say yourself, Carlton were the third best team in the league for a while there. When you guys went like 1 and 6, it went West Coast, North, and then Carlton. There was a period of the year you were the third worst. And now I can't judge that Carlton team anymore. This is a completely different team.